So now we take an pure assumption that Z equal to 0. Now please do not misunderstand this. For a plane wave, it is possible that both Ey and Ez are there for when it is propagating along the plus Z or minus X, plus X or minus X direction, right? Even for polarization of waves, we will take some waves where both Ey and Ez are present, and their phase relationships often give some interesting polarization. Okay? We will see that later. But for our own convenience, we assume that Ez is 0. So finally, we reduced from here. Del 2 Ey del x square, that is equal to epsilon naught mu naught del 2 Ey del t square. So can anyone propose some solutions for this equation? I am sure you have seen such equations in your maths class. So can anybody propose some solutions? This equation is satisfied? Can anybody propose any solutions for this? This everything we are discussing is from the book of Jordan and Bergman. Okay, everything we are just totally following this. So can anybody propose any solution for this type of equation, the del 2 Ey del x square and mu naught epsilon del 2 Ey by del t square? What could be the possible solutions for this? One solution which is important in our case, that could be Ey equal to E naught cos of omega t minus beta x. This is solution number one. Second solution could be, of course, Ey is a function of x and t. That is E naught cos of omega t plus beta x. Third solution could be the linear addition of 1 and 2, that is E1 cos omega t minus beta x plus E2 cos omega t plus beta x. Now what does solution number 1 represent? What does solution number 1 represent? Anyone? And if this has to satisfy this equation, then what will be the case? Del 2 Ey by del x square, that will be jumping one step, beta square minus beta square E naught cos of omega t minus beta x, that is equal to minus omega square mu naught epsilon naught E naught cos omega t minus beta x. Now this cannot be 0 every time, so this gets cancelled. Or beta square equal to omega square mu naught epsilon naught. Now what is beta, or beta equal to omega square root of mu naught, right? So what is beta? Beta is 2 pi by lambda. What is omega? 2 pi f. So 2 pi gets cancelled. This remains. Or lambda f equal to 1 by omega naught mu naught, square root of omega naught. Now what is lambda f for a wave? What is the product of frequency and wavelength? What does it show? Hmm? Sorry?
Velocity.
Velocity, yes. So this is the velocity, v equal to 1 by square root of mu naught and epsilon naught. Now what is mu naught? Mu naught is 4 pi 10 to the power of minus 7 henries per meter. What is epsilon naught? 8.85 10 to the power of minus 12 farads per meter. So can please anybody calculate this and tell me what value it is coming? Just put these values in your calculator and see how much it is coming. Just put these values and find out and tell me how much it is coming. Anybody? You can use a mobile, whatever, mobile calculator, computer, whatever you have. Just put these values and tell me.
So the
Speed of
light.
speed of light. Very good. That is c. That is 3 × 10⁸ meters per second. So electromagnetic waves travel in vacuum with the speed of light. This can be established. Yes, very good. Very close to that exactly. Very close to that 3 × 10⁸ meters per second. That is the speed of light. Very good. So electromagnetic waves in vacuum, they travel with the speed of light, right? So with that established, can tell me what these things represent. What is this? What does equation number 1 represent? What does equation number 1 represent? Anybody? It is a wave propagating in which direction? We had discussed, see, we had discussed these things in when we discussed transmission lines. Can you see the similarity? We had also seen this type of equations. So what does equation number 1 represent? We had seen this type of equation in transmission lines when we discussed transmission lines in our lab. Number 1, I told you what does it represent. What does equation number 1 represent? Anybody? It is a wave propagating in which direction? Exactly, plus x direction, right? So this is plus x direction, absolutely correct. Number 2, number 2, minus x direction, traveling wave traveling in minus x direction. Very good. And 3, 3, see 3 is in one way sum of 1 and 2. Don't you see? So it is one wave traveling in minus x, another in traveling in plus x. So when they interfere, what is formed? When two waves of same frequency traveling in opposite directions combine, what is formed? I think I told these things when I discussed transmission lines. The lab class. There are two also. Remember, we had v plus e to the power of minus j beta x z and plus v minus. We had very similar equations. So what does this called? When two waves traveling in opposite directions but with the same frequency, they combine to form what? Standing waves. So this 3 is the case of standing waves. We will not consider 3 because we are focusing on the propagating waves. So we focus on number 1. Is it okay? So one possible solution, there could be many solutions, but we are interested in this solution. That we are interested in this solution that E x t, that is equal to E naught cos of omega t minus beta x. Then what? I j or k? I j or k? What to write? Or something else? What will be there? I. How come I? We discussed, right, that if it's propagating in x direction, there cannot be no I. Ex was 0, so it cannot be I. What will it be? J or K? I cannot be, because we have just seen, right? So if the wave is propagating in x direction, plane wave, then there cannot be any Ex. So it will be what? Ex, sorry, Ey or J or K? Actually, both are possible. It can be J, it can be K, it can be both J and K. Okay. But the case we assumed that Ey is non-zero and Ez is 0. So obviously it will be J. Is it okay? Is it okay? Yes or no? Right? And in phasor form, how to write it? E xt, that is equal to E naught to the power of J omega t minus theta x in the phasor form. And if you take the real part of the phasor, then we get the original wave. Okay? This is fine. So now the question we ask ourselves is, if E is this, then what is this? Then what is this? How to find it out? How to find this out? If we know E, how to find the corresponding H? We take the Maxwell's equation, of course. Now we have two equations. We have two options. Number one is using this. This is choice number one. And choice number two is this. Both are Maxwell's equation and both are very well established. Now, what do you think is the better choice to take to find H? Now, obviously, E is known, so either way we can find H. So, which equation do you think is better? Number one or number two? E is known, we have to find H. So, which way we should go? We should take number one or number two? Why should we? Tell me. Which equation is better to find H and why? Obviously, the equation that this is 0 is not going to help. Or because this has no E, and similarly this is 0, that will also not help because it also doesn't have H. So these are out. So you have either one or two. Which equation is better and why? In order to find H. Which equation is better? Can you take a guess or say something? Could we take number one? Yes, Ritika, you can get it.
Sir, number
Number? Can you type?
one.
Number one. Number one is the right answer. Why do you think it is number one? You are right. Why not number two? Because
Because if we can predict the equation for E,
I did one more time. I couldn't hear it properly. Best is you type on chat. That will be very good. That will, then there will be no confusion whatsoever. Why don't you type on chat? What do you want to say? Did you see what he has written? He has a very strong point. Did you understand what she has written? Anybody who do not understand what she has written? He has a very, very strong point to support her answer. Anyone who either supports her or disagrees with her or doesn't understand what she has said can say or write on the chat. See, here, we do not know about anything about hx. Okay, hx is, okay, fine, hx is 0. We have established that. There could be hy, there could be hz, okay? And this has got curl. So we will get plenty of things with h, del hx, del hy, del x, and many things. So that will be a bit difficult. Here it is easier because here we only have to integrate with respect to time. So this is a better way. We should not go of time derivative of partial derivative with respect to the position of things which we do not know. It's better to go with time derivative. So let us find the curl of E. What is curl of E? We use the easy formula ijk del x del y del z, and note that these are 0. Why we have discussed already. 0 E0 cos omega t minus beta x 0. Is it okay? So what is the I component? It has to be 0 because I component is this times this minus this times this. So both del y and del z is 0. So the I component has to be 0. What about j component? This is 0. Del z is 0. This is 0. J component is also 0. What is k component? K component, you see, del x times E0 cos of omega t minus beta x. So this we can find very easily. That is k E0 minus beta sine of, will it be minus or plus? There is minus for minus beta x, it is minus beta, and sine derivative is cos derivative is minus sine, so it is plus. Do you agree with this? Okay, and that is equal to curl of E is minus del B del T. Sorry, minus, that is equal to minus mu del H del T. Agreed? So del H del T, this has to have only k direction, and E0 beta mu naught sine of omega t minus beta x. So what is H? We simply integrate. H equal to, these things are constant, it comes out sine of omega t beta x dt, right? So cos integral is sine. So sine integral is minus cos, and we have a minus already, so it is E naught beta mu naught omega cos of omega t minus beta x plus c, and this is in the k direction. What could be c? What is the only possible value of c and y? C is the constant of integration. What could be c? Anybody? And this c has to be independent of time, because we are integrating with respect to time, so c has to be independent of time. So what could be c? Anybody? The discussion we had previously about wave motion. 0, of course, because Otherwise, we cannot, does not fit any wave equation. C must be 0. So, what is H? H equal to E naught beta omega mu naught cos of omega t minus beta x t. Let us look closely at this term. Beta omega mu naught. What is beta? 2 pi by lambda. What is omega? 2 pi f, and mu naught is mu naught. Agreed? 2 pi gets cancelled. So this term is my calculation okay? Is my calculation okay? Yes. What is f lambda? What is this?
V.
What is f lambda? What is f lambda? What is frequency times wavelength for a wave? V or C, whatever, yes. So this is 1 by V omega naught. But what is V? We just derived that V was this, right? This we had seen that V was 1 by omega naught mu naught. So 1 by V would be this. Okay. So final value of this is this. This term is called 1 by eta naught. This term is called 1 by eta naught, where eta naught is called intrinsic impedance of vacuum. Intrinsic impedance, and for vacuum it is eta naught equal to 1 by mu naught by epsilon naught. Can somebody calculate the value? How much is this? Can somebody please calculate this value? How much is this value? Square root of mu naught by epsilon naught.
Seventy.
6.8, right? This is 376.8 ohms, almost 377 ohms, almost 120. The unit is ohms, okay? I told you the unit. Actually, I should have asked you what is the unit. The unit is ohms, and so H would be, H is E naught by mu naught cos of omega t minus beta x. Is it okay? Any questions from this? For next class, we will do for first for perfect dielectrics and second for non-perfect dielectrics. This dielectric, for perfect dielectrics, conduction is 0. Non-perfect means conductance is not 0. That's it. Conductivity is 0 for perfect dielectrics. For non-perfect, conductivity is very less value. So is this clear how this is coming? So the magnitude of H is simply proportional to the magnitude of E. However, the direction is different. The direction of E and H is completely different, and you will find that there cannot be any H in the direction of E, and there cannot be any E in the direction of H. So E and H, they are mutually perpendicular to each other, and both of them are perpendicular to the direction of the property. What clearly is it okay? So you can verify from clearly that the wave is propagating in I direction, E is in the J direction, and H is in the K direction. Okay. Any questions from this part? We close for the day otherwise. This is something heavy, so we should not consider it a little, at least for the first time. Okay. So please study from Jordan. Okay. Jordan Baldwin is very, very good book.
Hello.
Yes, Simran, tell me.
Sir, can this timing be shifted to some other day or
Wait, wait,
anything
wait,
like
wait,
that?
wait, wait.